welcome to another episode of Curtain Call Conversations. I'm going to be joined today by Jerome Ngonadi, who will be in the Syndicate. It's going to be opening at the Richmond Theatre from the 11th of April. So let's have a chat. So are you in rehearsals at the moment?
Yeah, we're just in the third week of rehearsals, and it's been an amazing process. I can't talk highly enough of how everything's going, and I'm really excited about this production coming to life on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us who you play in this particular show.
So, not to give away too many spoilers, but I play a couple of characters,
Okay.
but my main character is DCI Newell.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't go into too much detail.
Not too
But yeah,
much.
he's a police officer, detective.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So this play is centered around the first series of the Syndicate, which people may remember. It's brilliant. I mean, it's funny. It's quite life affirming. Obviously, it's about a syndicate of people that win the lottery. It's the dream that we all have, I'm sure. So can you tell us anything about the way it's going to be staged, just and different than the TV series?
Well, for starters, it's live. So in terms of the staging, it's mainly set in the shop in
Uh-huh.
Right By You, in the first act. So you really get to see the syndicate in their element, in their working environment, and you get to meet and greet, the famous characters that we all know and love. And then the second act is more after the fact of winning the lottery, where it's then set in one of the mansions that they obviously buy, which you do. So it's
Sure.
pretty much just two locations that you kind of were set in. So there's not too much confusion going on in that regard.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And it's the same, I'm assuming it's sort of the same story that we would have seen on screen with regards to
Essentially,
everybody.
yeah, it is the same story, just slightly condensed in parts, to focus on the core syndicate members. So there's not so much of a tangent that goes off as you do in the series. So
Yeah.
you really get to bond with the main five
Yeah.
of the syndicate.
Amazing. So the show, of course, written by Kay Mellor, who sadly passed away a couple of years ago, but it's been directed and stars Gaynor Faye, which obviously Kay's daughter. What's it like working with Gaynor to bring her mum's sort of work onto the stage?
I would say it's an honor to be a part of this project
Mm.
because, as you say, it is a family affair. You've got Kay Mellor who wrote this great piece. You've obviously got Gaynor who's directing it. Then you've got Gaynor's son, Oliver,
Yeah.
who's also starring in it. So it's a real family affair, and there's everybody that's been brought into this project have really bought into making it a dream come true, because it is the world premiere of Kay's last play. So there is an added incentive to really want to make it work and really bring it to life. And working with Gaynor is great because she's what I like to call an actor's director, because
Right.
she's an actor herself. She knows what is needed and what's not needed in the rehearsal room, and how to sort of get an actor to open up and get their best work out, which is something that you always strive for when you go to an audition or into rehearsal
Yeah.
room, which you unfortunately don't always get. But in this case, I can't praise it enough. The process has been very, very, very welcoming and so relaxed.
Yeah.
I've been engaging with it. Honestly, I was just thinking about this just the other day. It's one of the best rehearsal rooms I've ever been in.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that's great. I mean, if you all get on as a company as well, I mean, that's got to help. And morale has to be at the highest then, doesn't it? If you all get on and if that translate onto the stage as well, that you all, it is a big family.
For sure, there is a family element to it, and it's also a thing of trust when
Mm.
it comes to acting, which a lot of people don't realize. There's everybody can do their own individual thing. I know my lines, I know my cues, etc., etc. But if you're not trusting your fellow actor on stage, then the energy of the play can only go so far. With the text,
Yeah.
but you need that camaraderie and that love and that, as you say, family element to really
Mm.
take it to the next level. And I think we're really achieving that. It's going to be
Yeah.
something special.
It will be, absolutely. Yeah. So it's opening at the Richmond Theatre, which is a beautiful venue in itself, on the 11th of April. And it's a big tour. So have you been sort of in a big touring production like this before?
Not as big as this. No, I have done a smaller tour before, but this is the biggest tour I've done or will do to date at the moment. So there is obviously a daunting element to it, being away from. But the fact that the rehearsal process has been so welcoming and so relaxed has really helped me transition into that that mindset of, okay, this is a job I'm going to do, you know. And it's always important as an actor to love the role you're playing and the script. And you know, very easy, you're saying the same words over and over again to sort of lose joy with it. But there's always, the way Kay writes is very natural, so it's very easy to find different layers to it, you know, certain ways that I would say it today I may not say tomorrow, you know, certain things that you take for granted as an actor. But this play really allows that playfulness and that exploration to really come to the fore. So I'm really excited about it. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Is there anywhere sort of on the tour that you're most excited to visit that perhaps you haven't visited before?
To be fair, most
most places,
most of the theatres tend to be places I haven't been before, and also the cities themselves as well. I'm going back to Liverpool. It's New Brighton, essentially, further down the line, and it'd be nice to go back there again. Obviously with a different play, and Newcastle as well. So to say any specific place wouldn't be fair, I don't think.
No, exactly. I mean, they're all great venues, and of course you get to see all these wonderful theatres that you probably wouldn't, you know, ever see as well, which is really exciting. I mean, you mentioned there Kay's writing, how it's so relatable, and I've just been dipping back into Fat Friends, which I think is just the, you know, it's so relatable, you know, to someone that's been to all those sort of slimming clubs myself. I'll hold my hand up, and I think that's the joy and the beauty with Kay's writing. I mean, how do you think the audiences are going to react to, you know, the Syndicate on stage? I mean, there was a lot of love for the TV program. There was a couple of series after the first one, so it was very successful. But do you think it's just sort of that element of, we all think someday we're going to win the lottery? Do you think that may be the pull?
Most definitely, that is the accessibility element of it. It's any one of these characters could be you, or somebody that you know. You know, and it's that thing of, oh, I could see myself there, or that's what I would do, or what's the first thing you would buy? You know, that's always the question you say to someone. What's the first thing you would, $1 million pounds or dollars or whatever? Oh, I would do this and that. And it's that element of, well, what if that actually did happen to you? And you never think of the other side of it, is how your life actually changes. Not just, oh, I could buy whatever I wanted. So, you know, the people around you and stuff like that get affected. So in terms of accessibility and how it can affect people, I think it's such a naturalistic way of writing that even though it may be set up north or set in the south, the characters themselves are so grounded in reality that it doesn't matter what accent they are or what area of the country it is, because, like I said, you can see yourself in any one of those characters. So that's what makes Kay such a great writer.
Yeah, and I think obviously the question that I do need to ask, which is probably an obvious question, what would you do if you won the jackpot on the lottery?
Oh, yeah. The first thing I'd do is buy a house, obviously.
Yes, be sensible, yeah.
Perhaps an island. It depends how much I want. I mean, I would buy an island. And I think I'm more a family man, so I'd probably set my family up little trust funds and then go on a tour of the world.
Just why wouldn't you?
7 wonders of the world, that kind of thing. I don't, it's one of those things. I think I'd bath in the money as well. I'd run a bath and just throw my money in it and just see what that's like.
Yeah, just do some snow angels on it or something, you know. Do that, absolutely, Who wouldn't want to do that? So let's talk about you just for a sec, Jerome. What's your background? I mean, how did you get into performing?
So I am British, obviously. My dad is Nigerian, my mum is St. Lucian. They met in London. So I've grown up in London. I've always loved the idea of performing. I think the exploration of the human psyche has always been something that's drawn me to acting. So when a job like this came along, I thought, oh, okay, I get to see so many different cities, so many different people, whilst delivering such a poignant and heartfelt story. So it was definitely something close to my heart. I saw the program when it first aired, so there was obviously affinity to the story as well. yeah, I just think it's I don't know. I just love being on stage performing. There's
Yeah.
something about being in front of a room full of people and bearing someone's soul, which may not be obviously yours, but you obviously have similarities to connect with the character. Not to give too many acting tips away, but So yeah, I think the exploration of the human mind has always been something that draws me to acting, and will always keep drawing me to acting.
Sure. I mean, if it's a passion, then that, you're clearly in the right job, aren't you? I mean, you've got to love what you do, as they say. So if it's your passion, then great. You've achieved that, which is always wonderful. So you've done a bit of TV as well, I believe. Were you in the Hull Raisers, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that's such a funny program. I loved that. So what's it like, sort of TV versus live theatre?
That's an interesting question, actually, because there are a lot of stark differences. For example, in live theatre, there's no escape,
Yeah,
which I think is what also draws me back into it, is the fact that you have to have the world of the character so embedded within you that no matter what happens, you're always ready to move or to speak as that character would.
Yeah.
I know you could do that in TV as well, but you have the safety net, so to speak, of cut, director saying cut, or what have you, and there's a massive set. But oftentimes in theatre, there isn't funding, unfortunately, or just creatively, it doesn't need to have a set. So you, the actor, really have to bring all the facets of your imagination to the audience, so that they can then live and believe in what you're doing and see the world through your eyes and what you're portraying. So that's one of the main differences for me. And of course, your voice. You really see the layers of a character and how they speak, and you can really get into the psyche of a person through stage. Then you can't necessarily, or won't necessarily have the time to, with recorded media, I find.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, live theatre, you must get such a thrill anyway, sort of, because every performance is different. You might be speaking the same dialogue, but obviously anything could happen at any point.
Of course, anything can happen at any point. You always have to be alive and ready. And aside from that, the audience is always different. So certain places where you might expect a laugh here, you may not get it this night, or certain reactions, and even the energy of the mood of the audience can also affect the performance. And it's finding that courage within yourself to ride that wave and push past it. Not let their energy affect your performance, or vice versa. Kind of thing. So there's so many facets to live performing that is undeniably, I find, superior to recorded. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. All right, then. So let everybody know why they should come and visit you in the Syndicate. Well, you should come and visit me in the Syndicate because I'm in it. And, and of course, it's a funny play. It's heartwarming, it's family orientated, which I think we miss nowadays as a society. And it's something for everyone. There's for all ages within it. And of course, you get to see great actors in it. For example, Gaynor Faye herself, Sam G, and Brooke Vincent. And the cast are really, really well-rounded bunch of performers who are really, really up for this. So I think it's worth coming to see it, guys. Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see it myself. So it opens on the 11th of April at the Richmond Theatre. I'll put a link on the next slide where people can catch the tour. But good luck with it, Jerome. I can't wait to see it. So I hope the rehearsal period goes well for you, and wishing you and the rest of the cast a really good run. Brilliant. Thank you so much. All right. Take care. Yeah, bye. Bye-bye.
Ready? Big smiles. Sorry to keep you waiting, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out. We're very proud to announce.
How have you been in the Syndicate?
You look this way, please.
How did you find out?
How did you choose your numbers?
What's your name? How long have you been doing the lottery?
Jamie Bradley. Stuart Bradley.
Denise
And
Simpson.
what are you spending money on, Stuart?
How about charity?
I was just ordered 2 Ferraris.
You're joking. I'm going to buy a nice house for me and my family.
What's your name, look?
Leanne.
Leanne what?
Leanne.
There'll be an official press statement. And who picked the numbers?
Me.
And you're Denise. Was it family birthdays or?
That's right, yeah.
So, what are you going to spend your money on, Denise?
Can we get my husband back?